Climate action is the new buzzword, and why wouldn't it be? One world is all we have, and our world is at risk. Nations, corporates, and residents guarantee to give their very best for save the planet from environmental change. Green energy is being floated as one of the top solutions. We are replacing coal with hydropower, fossil fuels with solar energy, petrol and diesel cars, with electric vehicles. EVs are being pitched as cleaner, greener, and sustainable, but are they? What's clean for the environment may not really be clean. Hidden beneath the shiny exteriors of an EV is a story of blood batteries. These vehicles drive basic freedoms infringement, extreme poverty, and child labor. An electric car runs on battery, you know that. But do you know what these batteries are made of? Uncommon metals like lithium and cobalt gives the battery dependability and permits it to work securely. It's a somewhat blue, dim shaded metal. It is found in the Earth's crust, for sure we call crustal rocks. Cobalt has a few purposes, like in steam turbine generators, instrument materials, colors, and cell phone batteries, yet its significant use is in lithium particle batteries. Half of the cobalt created goes into electric vehicles. We're discussing 4 to 30 kilos of cobalt for each battery. This metal is found all around the world, like in Australia, Canada, China, Cuba, South Africa, the US, the Philippines. Yet 70% of the all-out supply comes from one country, Congo, the majority rule Republic of Congo. We should zoom into this country. Congo is the second biggest country in Africa. Its gross domestic product is around $49 billion. Congo is inseparable from struggle, neediness, and debasement. Underneath the country's red earth is the world's biggest store of cobalt. 92 million individuals live here. Somewhere in the range of 2 million rely upon cobalt creation. They are called negotiations. Cobalt mining in Congo is partitioned into two classes: modern or enormous scope mining and distinctive or limited scope mining. What's the contrast between the two distinctive mines are unregulated work. Regulations don't matter here, neither do security conventions. These mines produce 20 to 30% of Congo's cobalt. Exactly 200,000 excavators work in these mines. No less than 40,000 of them are youngsters, some as youthful as 6. These kids play with death every day. They enter vertical passages. The greater part of them are excessively restricted for grown-ups to enter inside. It resembles a heater. The youngsters search for cobalt under barbaric circumstances. At times they have scoots, however, for the most part they dig with their exposed hands. They have no veils, no gloves, no work garments, and once in a while only 20 minutes worth of oxygen. Yet these small kids happen for our own. Subsequent to digging, they pound the stones, they wash them and convey their finds to the market to find a purchase. How much do these kids make? Some of the time, little as $1. Cobalt seems to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is assessed to be valued at $13.63 billion by 2027. Yet this cash never arrives at a kid who is spotting and removing the metal. People of Congo in the state of destitute work for $1, even putting one's life in danger. Many kick the bucket attempting to bring in this cash. ABC recently profiled a lady who lost her child to a brain-related mishap. The kid was 13 years of age. He told his mom he was going to the market to purchase coal for her so she could cook. Rather, the kid went to a cobalt mine to attempt to procure an additional $1 for the house. The mine imploded. The 13-year-old never gotten back. Somewhere in the range of 2014 and 2015, no less than 80 high-quality diggers died in Congo. In 2019, a mishap killed 43 excavators. As per one gauge, 2,000 unlawful excavators die in Congo every year. Consistently, many experience super durable lung harm, skin disease, and groundbreaking wounds. In 2019, a few families from Congo documented a claim they named organizations like Tesla blamed them for supporting and abetting in the demise and injury of child. The claim talked about a kid he was alluded to as John Doe 1. John was functioning as a human donkey since the age of 9. He would convey many packs of cobalt only for $0.75 a day. The very beginning day John fell into a passage, individual specialists hauled him out of it, yet they let John be on the ground. When the kids' folks learned about the mishap, they hurried to the mining site. It was too late. John was paralyzed. Specialists say he will always be unable to walk. From this point onward, for what reason accomplished kids work in these high-risk personalities due to destitution and the desire to receive in return. Families in Congo are wagering enthusiastic about cobalt. It's like their crypto, their opportunity to become famous. The metal's request has significantly increased somewhat recently. It is normal to twofold again by 2035. The interest is being driven by electric vehicles today. There are more than 6.5 million EVs out, and about by 2040 that number will contact 66 million. So that's 66 million duplicated by 30 kilos of cobalt. Figured out. By 2050, the interest for cobalt creation is supposed to increment 585%. Congo's families need to ride this wave and tide over destitution. Sending their youngsters to the mines is definitely not a decision for them, yet need necessity. These youngsters wind up filling in as distinctive diggers or casual laborers. They're not utilized by any organization, but a few organizations line up to purchase their finds. You see, it is less expensive to purchase cobalt from a kid than a directed mine, and who comprehends business better than China. A large portion of these organizations managing in blood batteries are from China. It overwhelms the worldwide inventory network of cobalt. China takes ownership of 50% of the metal's creation. It controls around 80% of cobalt refining. Over the most recent 15 years, Chinese organizations have purchased out North American and European organizations mining in Congo. Today, Chinese firms own 15 out of the 19 modern mines in this country. In return for Congo, worldwide China has guaranteed the country billions in investment as framework schools and streets. Now Congo is one more illustration of how stories highlighting China go on and on forever. Well, today China is spilling blood cobalt into the production network of electric vehicles. Chinese organizations are purchasing cobalt from kids, empowering them to partake in the exchange of blood batteries. One of the biggest cobalt processors in Congo is an organization called CDM, or Congo Dongfeng Mining. It is an auxiliary of Zhanghuiyu Cobalt, a Chinese organization, obviously. Who are your provisions coupled to electric vehicle creators like Volkswagen? A little less than half of who are utilized cobalt comes from Congo. In 2016, the Chinese organization was called out by Ngo. It was marked a supporter of kid work. Huiyu vowed to get it together yet. Did anything change on the ground? Reports raised genuine questions. This is one piece of the story. There is blood in China's huge scope mines too. Their laborers are manhandled, separated, beaten, and made to work without contracts and adequate proportion. One laborer told the media that if a laborer dies, the Chinese don't report it to the public authority. They cover the individual concealing the body and pay off the family to keep calm. That is your electric vehicle killing individuals even before it takes off. Did you pursue this? The world's greatest vehicle creators are complicit in these violations. I'm discussing any semblance of Tesla, Volvo, Renault, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen. They all source cobalt from Chinese mines in Congo. Sure, they case to have a zero resilience strategy with regards to kid work. Yet they also realize that it is absolutely impossible to completely plan their stock chains. Back in Congo, President Felix Tshisekedi has promised to act in 2019. He laid out a state-run organization to zero in on well-being and common liberties, yet that scarcely helps when Congolese authorities are blamed for supervising kid work in 2020. Tesla declared it would begin involving cobalt-free lithium particle batteries in its electric vehicles, but the organization followed up the declaration with an arrangement with Glencore. It's a cobalt mining organization. And this arrangement was for 6,000 tons of cobalt a year. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Similar as the case of electric vehicles being perfect, these vehicles run on grimy energy on blood batteries. And this isn't environment arrangement, this is denial of basic freedoms, and the two can't coincide. Climate solution shouldn't be to the detriment of living souls. Electric vehicles have a long way to go before they can profess to be cleaned